She gave birth to 7 children. Here's what happened 24 years later. What's up, everyone? Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a second of this wild story. Imagine this. After years of trying and failing to have a baby, you find out you're not just having one, but 7 at once. That's exactly what happened to Sarah and John, and it turned their lives into a roller coaster ride you won't believe. How did this family make it through? Stick around because the ending will blow your mind. But first, help me reach my dream of 100,000 subscribers by clicking that button right now. Let's go. Now back to the story. Picture this. Emma is standing by her window, gazing at the orange glow of the city sunset. All her life, she dreamt of holding her own baby and singing her grandma's lullabies. At 34, and after countless tries and heartache, she and her husband David decided to go for fertility treatment. Every appointment was nerve-wracking, but David was there every step of the way, always whispering, "We'll make it." And Emma? She believed every word. Finally, after months of hope, a pregnancy test showed 2 lines, and boom! It wasn't just one baby. It was 7. Emma and David were ecstatic, crying tears of joy. They dreamed of the future, planning baby names, imagining all their little ones. But this wasn't going to be easy. With 7 babies on the way, things were intense. Emma was in and out of the hospital, and David never left her side. He even brought her surprise gifts and goofy stories just to keep her smiling. But behind those smiles, serious challenges. Treatments drained their savings. David worked overtime just to keep up with costs. Meanwhile, Emma's body went through constant ups and downs. Each kick and flutter reminded her of why she was doing this. Yet every day was a new test of their love and resilience. David became her rock, her superhero. He'd make her breakfast, read up on every little detail about having multiple babies, and even talk to them through Emma's belly. He'd say things like, "Hey, kiddos, can't wait to show you the world." Emma listened with a full heart, feeling stronger just hearing him dream out loud. Sure, it wasn't smooth sailing, but through every doctor's appointment, through every hurdle, they built even bigger dreams for their future kids. So what happened next for this family? You're about to find out. Trust me, you won't believe how their story unfolds. At night, when Emma felt completely drained, David stepped up. He cooked, cleaned, and turned on the funniest movies just to make her laugh and forget the stress. It was their love that made every challenge bearable. David wasn't just her husband. He was the guy who made every tough moment seem a bit lighter. But life? It was gearing up to put their bond to the ultimate test. It started on an ordinary night. Emma was on strict bed rest, and David headed out for supplies. The night air was cool, a little gift after a sweltering day. Walking down those dimly lit streets, he was thinking about how life was about to change in a few months. He never expected that Emma would watch him leave for the last time. While grabbing essentials at a supermarket, chaos erupted. A group of robbers stormed in, shouting and waving weapons. David, always trying to help, stepped in to defuse the situation. And then, bang! In an instant, everything changed. David, the man who'd made everyone feel safe, lay there, gone too soon. The news hit Emma like a lightning strike. A trembling call from a police officer tore her world apart. The laughter in their home vanished, replaced by silence and grief. Nights were the worst. She'd reach out, missing the warmth of his hand on her belly as he spoke to their babies. Friends and family tried to comfort her, but the weight of her loss was too heavy. She had to go on, for her babies and for the memory of the man she'd loved. Emma clung to their dreams, using them to guide her through the darkness. The loss had scarred her, but she was determined to keep moving. Then, when she thought life had tested her enough, it threw another curveball. In the quiet of early morning, Emma's first contractions hit. Too soon, just 7 months in. Fear gripped her as she was rushed to the hospital, alone. No David to hold her hand, no reassuring smile. The medical team moved with urgency, but their faces were just a blur. She was fighting against fear to bring her children safely into the world. In the delivery room, it was a whirlwind of emotions. One by one, 7 tiny, fragile babies were born and whisked away to the ICU. Emma barely got a glimpse of them. Reality hit hard. She was now a mother to 7 preemies, each clinging to life. She split her time between recovering and visiting the ICU. She spoke to her babies with the tenderness David would have, determined to honor his memory and protect the family they'd dreamed of together. Every moment was a mix of joy and heartache, proof of the strength Emma never knew she had. The medical team marveled at Emma's unbreakable strength. She tackled every new challenge with determination born of love and hardship. Her premature babies, fragile but fiercely fighting, mirrored their mother's resilience and began to grow. Those initial days in the hospital were a dance between hope and fear, progress and setbacks. Emma understood the journey ahead would be difficult and uncertain, but each small victory her children achieved bolstered her resolve to create a future for them, a future David would have cherished. As months passed, Emma brought her 7 babies home, stepping into a reality more demanding than she had ever imagined. Alone, the once joyous apartment became a place of constant work and exhaustion. Each daybreak brought endless tasks, bottles to fill, diapers to change, and cries to comfort, all without David's reassuring presence. Financial strain compounded her struggles. Without David's income, bills piled up. She relied on the kindness of family and friends, but knew this couldn't last forever. Seeking help from social programs was humbling and riddled with bureaucracy, yet her children's needs fueled her determination to navigate the red tape. Between hospital visits and filling out forms, Emma found moments of light. Her children's laughter, their bright eyes discovering the world, became her lifeline. She treasured these moments, whispering each memory to David in her prayers. As word spread of Emma's struggles, the community stepped in. Neighbors brought meals, donated gently used clothing, and offered to babysit, giving Emma brief respite. This outpouring of support reminded her that even in the darkest times, light and kindness could shine through. Years passed, and every challenge only deepened the bond between Emma and her children. She became their protector, their center, holding their family together with a strength forged through loss and sacrifice. As her children grew, they found their own paths, each shaped by their experiences. Anna, the oldest, pursued academics with intensity, hoping to become a doctor, perhaps inspired by their early hospital days. Michael expressed himself through art, covering walls with vibrant murals. Charles poured his energy into soccer, while Sophia, quiet and reflective, immersed herself in books. The triplets, Lucy, Mark, and Joseph, each pursued different passions, from technology to music. Though Emma supported each of her children's dreams, resources remained tight. She worried about the limited opportunities she could offer and feared some paths might lead them astray. As they became more involved in their lives and ambitions, distance grew between them. Emma, while proud, felt pangs of loneliness as her once tight family bond stretched thin. Watching her children move away, literally and figuratively, was a new challenge that tested her as deeply as any before. One afternoon, as she tidied the quiet apartment, Emma felt a sudden wave of dizziness and clutched the kitchen table for support. A heavy pressure in her chest warned her something was wrong. Alone and frightened, she hesitated, but the pain forced her to call emergency services, a decision that saved her life. Doctors quickly diagnosed a stroke, yet another challenge in her tumultuous journey. Lying in the hospital, surrounded by unfamiliar faces, Emma's thoughts turned to her children. Who would care for them if she didn't recover? This once invincible mother now had to lean on others, facing her new vulnerability with the same courage she had shown every day before. In the days following Emma's stroke, her children came together, driven by a mix of fear and determination. The distances that had grown between them suddenly felt unimportant. Their mother's health became their singular focus. They gathered at the hospital, leaning on each other for support as they navigated the uncertainty. Anna, ever responsible, took charge of coordinating visits and communicating with doctors. Michael brought his drawings to brighten the sterile room. Charles, Sophia, Lucy, Mark, and Joseph took turns by their mother's side, holding her hand, speaking words of comfort even when no response came. Gradually, Emma began to recover, responding to treatment and care. Each step forward brought hope and drew her children closer together. Conversation shifted from their mother's condition to their own lives, rekindling bonds that had frayed over time. The crisis reminded them of the preciousness of life and how deeply they still needed one another. As Emma regained strength, she felt the warmth of this renewed family unity. The hospital room, once a place of fear, became a haven for healing, physical, emotional, and familial. Seeing her children reunited became a source of comfort for Emma, a testament to the strength of their bond. It had been years since they were last together like this, sharing stories, laughter, and tears. Visits turned into impromptu family gatherings, with updates on careers, dreams, and even mundane details of everyday life. The siblings found themselves reconnecting, understanding one another in new and meaningful ways. Anna emerged as the family's leader, ensuring their mother was never alone. Michael's artistic touch filled the room with color and cheer, while Charles, Sophia, Lucy, Mark, and Joseph brought meals, stories, and love. In their collective care for Emma, they rediscovered their roles, not just as children, but as supportive, capable adults. Conversations deepened, revealing dreams and struggles once kept hidden. Lucy spoke of her tech career. Mark shared his musical journey. Sophia opened up about her volunteer work, and Charles detailed plans for a community sports initiative. Through their words and actions, they rebuilt the bridges of their connection. Their love and respect for one another grew, and so did their commitment to family. Emma's recovery marked not just a return to health, but a new beginning for her family, a reminder that the bonds of love, though tested by time and distance, could endure and flourish. As weeks turned into months and Emma's health improved, John, the eldest brother, felt a strong responsibility to preserve the bond that had grown during their crisis. The family's regular hospital visits had united them, and he wanted to maintain that closeness. To ensure they stayed connected, John proposed weekly family dinners, a dedicated time for everyone to gather, share, and support one another. Initially, some siblings were reluctant due to busy schedules and logistical challenges, but John's gentle yet persuasive approach won them over. The first dinner took place at John's home. He cooked a large paella, one of their mother's favorite dishes, and set the table thoughtfully to make everyone feel welcome. As each sibling arrived with desserts, drinks, or simply good news, the house filled with warmth, laughter, and lively conversations. The evening was a success, becoming a cherished family tradition. Each sibling took turns hosting the dinners, with meals and decorations reflecting their unique personalities. These gatherings became the highlight of their week, a place to disconnect from daily pressures and enjoy being together. The dinners also provided a space to discuss life's challenges, celebrate milestones, and offer support. Whenever a sibling faced a problem, they knew they could count on the family for guidance and encouragement. From professional triumphs to everyday victories, the siblings shared every aspect of their lives, strengthening bonds they never knew were fragile. John, in taking on this leadership role, became a pillar of strength and connection, honoring the legacies of both their father and mother. During one such evening at Sophia's house, as stories and laughter filled the air, Emma, now healthier and more vibrant, asked for everyone's attention. With shining eyes and a steady voice, she began, "My dear children, I can never truly express my gratitude for each of you. In my darkest moments at the hospital, you were there, not just as my children, but as the pillars holding my hope and strength together." She spoke of the importance of their unity, not only for her, but for themselves and future generations. She reminded them that their love and bond were treasures to be cherished, and that their father, David, would have been incredibly proud. "When I look at each of you," Emma continued, "I see pieces of your father, his strengths, dreams, and love. Never let go of this bond. Let our family's love be the foundation of your lives, as it has always been for me." Her words brought tears to the siblings' eyes. They joined hands around the table, silently promising to honor their mother's wishes and remain connected. The night ended with embraces and renewed commitments, a powerful reminder of the strength and love within their family. Emma felt a profound sense of peace, knowing that her efforts and sacrifices had not been in vain. She had instilled in her children the invaluable importance of family, a legacy that would thrive for many generations. Years had passed since that memorable dinner at Sophia's house, but the siblings had kept their promise to stay connected. Their tradition of weekly gatherings continued, strengthening their family bond with each meeting. On Emma's 70th birthday, the family assembled in the city's Grand Park to celebrate. The air was filled with laughter and the playful shouts of Emma's grandchildren, who ran across the grass with colorful balloons, creating a scene of pure joy. From her seat beneath a large tree, Emma watched the joyful chaos, surrounded by her children and grandchildren, faces reflecting the past, present, and future of her family. John raised his glass for a toast, his voice thick with emotion. To our mother, who taught us the meaning of family, love, and resilience, may we always carry her lessons with us and pass them on to the next generation. Glasses clinked in agreement, marking the celebration of love and gratitude. Michael, now a recognized artist, had organized a photo exhibition for the party, displaying treasured family moments captured over the years. Each image was a testament to their journey, showing how they had grown and remained united despite the challenges. Next to Emma, Sophia spoke passionately about the volunteer work she was doing, inspired by her mother's example. "You taught me to give more of myself to others," she said, squeezing Emma's hand with warmth and admiration. As the sun set, casting a warm glow of orange and pink over the park, Emma looked around at her family with a heart full of pride and contentment. She knew the legacy of love and unity that she and David had envisioned for their children was now firmly established. They had created something enduring, something that would outlast their own lives, a true legacy of love. The story of Emma and her family serves as a powerful reminder of the unseen forces shaping our lives: love, loss, challenge, and redemption found through unity. Emma showed us that even in the darkest of times, the strength of a united family can overcome any obstacle. What about you? What are the bonds that keep your family strong in times of crisis? How do you come together to support each other and face life's challenges? Thank you for being a part of this journey. I hope you found inspiration in this story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any future stories. Until next time, take care and remember to cherish the ones you love.